All right, the hangout is live. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Clearly we are absolutely shit at the YouTube thing, but we're trying. We've had that talk. We're trying to get better, but horrible
Hence the
people
name.
review True Detective season 2, episode 2. Here we
Episode
go.
3.
Episode 3. You see how fucking terrible I am at this. I am a poor excuse. Like I really like. I am
Your
so
morning
swamped.
sin.
I'm so swamped with school, and I'm not even in school yet. So, all right. What did you think of the episode, Gideon? Please run it by me.
Well, first off, we saw that Vakoro was alive, even though they tried to they had him in a dream sequence first, and then they saw he was alive. And like we said for the previous episode, it was like we thought, which was buckshots. They kind of just swerved us there. And another
Mm,
thing that I found interesting, which I didn't notice the first time, you know how Woodrow goes, like he hangs out with his old war buddy or whatever,
yeah.
and then I guess like the subtext layer that they were gay lovers at one point.
Hmm.
That like the logic kind of gets faulty there because Woodrow, who's such a like he hates the fact that he's gay and he always try to hide it, right? Why would he go hang out with a guy who he had those relations with?
Well, I think what happened was just taking them back to the flashback that they were talking about. The time was that they got separated from their unit and they were in this village. And obviously, it wasn't a Taliban village or anything like that. They were helping them out, and they were talking about how peaceful it was. So obviously, your defenses get lowered, and they had relations with one another. But when they were talking about it, I think it was more along the lines of they haven't had sex or had any sexual type of intimacy since the village. And I think it was just that he called him out of the blue just to check up on him because he saw the article about the actress and him.
Yeah,
And, he was like, all right, so, you hang out. They hung out together at a game. Um, and then, they kept, you saw them chugging out of the flask and everything. And
yeah.
they,
It seemed a bit out of character for him though, because I didn't think he would do that. Like go hang out with someone who he had the past, because he's so afraid of that, and he tries to avoid it at all times. Like even later in the episode when he was dealing with the male hookers, he kept like looking away and he kept like drinking. And he was like
well,
looking down
mhm.
everywhere but his eyes.
I got a
So it was
different
weird to me.
I got a different vibe from him. I got more of like he kind of looked at the like when you saw the people in the bushes, the person like blowing the other person. I think he kind of looked at it like, oh, like I don't know the way he kind of did it. I think Taylor Kitsch is great. He's doing a great job in this role. I don't know why so many people fucking hate him, but I really enjoy. I thought he really kind of showed like this kind of I want to be that, but I can't, and I'm kind of uncomfortable, and I'm scared of who I am type of a thing. So when he went to hang
Yeah,
out with his buddy, I mean, there are friends I have that I never want to see, but I hang out with them, and I mean, I wasn't referencing you, you know. But
obviously.
why would you think that? But no, I thought it was fine. I didn't really see an issue with it. Um, I enjoyed all of his scenes, especially the only gripe I have about his arc this episode is when he meets that other gay hooker on the street,
Yeah.
and the gay hooker is too self-aware that he's in a television show. I don't like. He's too aware that there's a camera there. This is actor Taylor Kitsch, known for such box office bombs as Battlefield, and well then again, John Carter really he got a bum rap on that, but
You're
like
almost you're almost waiting for him to do a Frank Underwood and start talking to us.
I'm waiting for that guy to start because he's so like you're doing this angsty cop drama. Like I he's I don't mind the dialogue. I don't mind that, but it's just kind of his. I guess it's the director directing him, or maybe it's the
Yeah.
actor doing it. He seems to like. I'm like I've seen people act that way, but he's too. It was just like it was too colorful for True Detective. I thought it was too. He's too self-aware. That's all I can say.
Like True Detective is just like a big black board, and he's like pink. He's like a pink splodge on there,
Why is he pink?
just a random bright color.
Just a random bright color What do you mean? Why not like lime green or why pink? Gil? Why don't we sit down and talk about your problem with gay people that you have to put them in this box?
You want it to be sky blue? Is that better for you?
I don't mind sky blue is brilliant. That's fine. You're the one who is typecasting gay people.
You know, people who are watching this that don't know how you are gonna think like I'm an asshole.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I am.
All right, let's move on.
The people who watch this, like the 10 to 30 people or something, I don't know. Who's left? We have like 4 subscribers and 2 of them are us, so I don't know. Anyway, the millions of unknowns. Oh man, I actually am having a good time doing this. I had such a hesitation of coming back to this, and I'm having a blast right now. But yeah,
You want to move on?
Bezarides. Let's talk about Bezarides. What? I'm sorry. Oh yeah. So she broke up with Captain Mustache.
Captain 80s porn star Mustache.
Yeah. I love how she tells him, "Well, you better slow your roll, or you're gonna have to carry your teeth in a little baggie." And I was just thinking, where's he gonna get a baggie for his teeth? Like I always like, who has a baggie for that? But I was just like, is she really gonna punch him? Like, really? So you're gonna punch your subordinate that you fucked? That would just bring out all of this garbage that would later like probably mess with her. But whatever. I thought Rachel McAdams is a badass.
It's funny that Taylor Kitsch was bagging on her for the e-cigarette again. Someone else did it in a previous episode, and now he did it in this episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
yeah.
E-cigarette. Obviously, Nick Palazzo has problems with e-cigarettes.
I think he's just pointing them out. My one of my best friends loves e-cigarettes, and I just think he looks like a total douche. He just not like a dude. He just looks like an idiot smoking e-cigarettes, and I don't have an issue with e-cigarettes. He just looks like he makes e-cigarettes look bad. Maybe it's because he's a terrible individual, but I liked Bezarita. I liked the chase scene at the end of the episode. I thought that was fine. I was like, damn, the Velcoros with his little ribs just getting along and hopping over the fences, and he's just like, fuck. It's like
it took her long enough to say thank you for him saving her from getting like destroyed by a truck.
Yeah, well, I think she was dealing with the fact that like that was our entire case. It just ran away.
They should have just like when he was climbing the fence, like the first fence when they first saw him, then they should have just shot him in like the leg or something, or tried to.
Well, it's not like Bad Boys where you can just unload an M16. That'd be like if a police officer draws his weapon and shoots a bullet, that's an entire report right there. Like, you know what I mean? So, and they probably don't want to kill him because they want to get answers out of this person. So,
was that the car he burned? Was that the same one that Casper was in?
Yeah, it was. That was the exact same one.
That means the guy they talked to stole it then, right?
No. He was obviously innocent. I think it was just that somebody stole the car, and the person who shot Velcoro was probably that person and set it on fire. Although the person who shot Velcoro, the way they were moving with that shotgun, it didn't seem. They seemed to, not that they're heavy. I mean, like they seem very
grounded,
methodical, grounded. Like that guy was running like he was a marathon runner. Like, he was just like this, just trying to go. So
it could be a cult of people instead of just one guy.
I don't know if it'll be. I don't know how this is gonna fare for. I mean, season 1 was brilliant. I am enjoying season 2. I don't see why so many people are just so impatient. It's really annoying. Yeah, just me and the 3 of you people there, or Inglorious Bastards, 3 of you. Yeah, I enjoyed Bezarides' arc throughout this episode. I like I was actually about to start talking to them.
The thing that was weird. Yeah. The thing that was weird to me was like they killed the city manager already, so I don't understand why they didn't just kill Velcoro.
Well, we won't find out until I think it's okay. There may be 3 things: plot that we won't find out until the end of the season. He might die anyway. Plot. It could be that whole thing with the wire. Don't kill a police officer.
But they killed the city manager, so
it's not a police officer. And then there's the other one, which I actually literally just forgot. So I literally just forgot what the third one was. But it would be not killing him for the police because he's a police officer. Not killing him I truly don't know. You know what? I think because if you kill a police officer, that really does open. Oh, the department is forced to really get in there and try to find, and they probably don't want too many people snooping around because it's most likely Osip and his guys, or maybe it isn't. I have a feeling we're gonna find Osip with his eyes burned, like we found Stan this episode.
Every time I see him, I'm just like Sons of Anarchy guy.
Yeah, what was his name in Sons of Anarchy?
Galen O'Shea.
That's such a badass name, Galen O'Shea. He's awesome. Irish. Yeah, he's in Hell on Wheels too. He was in Hell on Wheels as the butcher. The two Irish guys killed him with a sledgehammer.
So, what do you think about Velcoro being like he had that line where he was drinking water, and then Vince Vaughn was like, "Why the water?" He's like, "Because booze takes the edge off, and I want to be mad." So it seems really like the case now. It seems like in the first episode he kind of just like floating and going along with it. And now he's like really into it more.
I like that. It does seem like he's in. He's like a piece of driftwood in the ocean, and then he hits a freaking doogie out in the ocean, or doogie is that? I don't know, but he hits something hard, and I think he's forced to really start. Like he's been asleep, and now when he woke up, that's when he woke up. Because he tells the doctor like what happened has put things into perspective for him. And now he may have trusted. What?
I was gonna say I like how the doctor says, "Mr. Velcoro, do you want to live?" And then the scene just switches before we get an answer.
I think I don't want to say that was forced. Because I have never known a doctor to go, Mr. Corlisa, do you want to live? Like what? I don't know. What are you talking about, Dr. Barlow? What the?
When I was with the doctor the other day, like I was telling you off the air, they didn't ask me that.
What?
They didn't ask me that when I was at the doctor the other day.
Yeah. Maybe you and I weren't shot with riot rounds and have 2 cracked ribs and are doing a lot of drugs and drinking heavily and not eating right. So there's that.
Let's do drugs.
And Vince Vaughn's entire arc throughout this is pretty cool. I love his wife. I would rather see her perspective out of everything that is happening than Vince Vaughn's. I think she's such an interesting character. I would have rather have seen her be the mob person and Vince Vaughn not be the mob guy, but whatever. Let's just focus on what's happening. They're having
trope around.
Yes,
because the trope is like a gangster husband and the trophy wife, but if you switch that around, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but it's fine. I like where they're going. I do want to point out, I did tweet Nick Pizzolatto. He clearly has not tweeted me back. I tweeted him that, every time I hear Nick Pizzolatto's dialogue, his writing coming out of Vince Vaughn's voice, his mouth, I like Vince Vaughn in the role. I think he's good. I think he's the second best person they could have picked. I think the first person they could have picked was Eric Roberts. You probably would know him as Salvatore Maroni from The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, because he's intimidating as well.
Yeah, and every time he's like, it don't feel right. When he's talking like that, it doesn't sound like Vince Vaughn's voice doesn't click with that speech.
Right.
When I hear Salvatore Maroni, they don't feel. When I hear him speak, Eric Roberts speak, I'm like, yeah, that's. I always picture him saying that. So. Mm-hmm. I do like I think people are hating Vince Vaughn too much. I am enjoying him in this role. I think Eric Roberts would have been better in the role.
I think he's doing a good job. It's just like sometimes the dialogue seems like dialogue instead of just a natural person.
It's disconnected from the actor who's saying the dialogue. Yeah.
He's doing the acting well. It's just sometimes dialogue is. It's more. I think a bit of the writing more than acting, maybe.
Perhaps I think it's more of it's Vince Vaughn trying to be like, I don't know. I don't think he changed himself enough. Even though Nick Pizzolatto wrote all of his dialogue specifically for these actors, he actually was thinking of these actors when he wrote this.
Really?
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. I would have gone with Eric Roberts. Who cares about A-list? Just go B-list. There's a lot better actors in the B-list and the A-list. So.
He He beat up at the end of the episode. He beat up the guy who I referred to as
Santos. Who?
Gangster Hellman. Gangster Hellman.
Because people are gonna know who Hellman is. He's our friend who kind of looks like that guy, who is the complete opposite of that guy.
Who's on this podcast here?
Who is on this podcast a few times, who has not returned because he, I don't know, he actually has no excuse. As I was talking to him last night, he has no excuse. But I'd rather play video games. But yeah, he beat the living. Did he kill Santos?
I think he, like, after the scene cut, he probably finished him or something, because he ripped his teeth out with the pliers after he beat his face in.
Yeah. Oh, I love how they show the other guys reacting. You see the one black guy, the gangster guy. He's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Oh, these white people are fucked up." But yeah.
Also, rest in peace, the greatest character that never was.
Who?
Stan.
Oh, Stan. I was just like, I went back and watched the first 2 episodes. I was like, who is this Stan person? Like, you know what? Maybe I missed him again. I'm just like, who is this Stan guy? Why is he so highly thought of? Because Vince Vaughn's like, who would have done this to Stan? Stan is such a nice guy. He brought chocolates around the office. You
remember that thing in 06 with DX when Shawn Michaels was pissed about something? He was walking backstage and he talked to like one of the workers back there. Like, he's like, "What's your name?" The guy's like, "My name's Stan." And then Shawn Michaels just super kicks him, and he turns Triple H like, "I just kicked Stan." That's what I felt. That's what I thought about when I saw Stan just laying there dead.
That is so hard to believe that was 4 years. No, not even. That was only 3 years after the feud of Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
But that's a different subject.
It's irrelevant.
But yeah,
it's a different subject. But yeah, I think we should. I think at that point he comes home. His wife. I love how she's doing the sexy thing. "I waited for you," and she immediately senses there's something wrong. He's like putting the tea. I think he put it in the cup or on the counter or something. And
garbage can.
Oh, he did it. Yeah, put it in the garbage can. And yeah. Well.
And then she was like.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you want to talk about it?" He's like, "Maybe tomorrow."
This is the name of the episode, funny enough.
Yeah, I think
the episode is called.
This is a nice episode. It's a nice building block. The next episode will be a building block. The next episode will be a building block. So
before we wrap it up, I want to ask you about what do you think about Ray's ex-wife trying to give him money to like get away?
That's a piece of shit move. I mean, come on. Like she knows he's not going to take the money. And then she's like, "I hope you wouldn't." Like, all right, so you don't want him around your kid, but you hoped he wouldn't take the money, so he would still be around your kid because you don't want him around your kid.
I thought she said, "I hope you would." I didn't hear the wouldn't, but okay.
I thought it was wouldn't. If it's would, I apologize. I'm slow. Yeah, you see, what's his name? I can't remember. What's her new boyfriend's name?
I have nothing. Richard might have been Richard.
Richard, right?
So,
that sounds like the other guy name, right? He's just in there like I love how he's looking away. That he's kind of looking like, "Take the money, just get out of our life, just take." And
then Ray just looks at him like when she takes the money out and explains to him, he just looks at the car like,
"Oh,
kill you."
Ray, if it wouldn't totally help them, Ray would kill him. Ray would beat him to a pulp.
Yeah,
And I like how pistol whipping would be the lead. He get with his bare hands, just take him out. Maybe like Prez Belusky pistol whip a kid and make him go blind. But
Bezza being nosy during that scene, like leaning against the door, like.
Oh, was she doing that? I always was like, was she really doing that?
Like after he goes out, right? Like towards the end of their conversation with his ex-wife, it goes back to her, and she's close to the door, and she hears them stop talking, and she walks like further away from the door. So she was definitely listening in.
Oh, good catch there. Yeah, Rachel McAdams is a badass. She is the female Solid Snake. Well, I guess I'll do it if there's nothing else you want to bring up other than the cool fights, the little cool fight scene. I say it's a cool fight scene as if it's Game of Thrones. That was a nice little, as Santa said, it's a squab. You want a squab? Yeah.
You want a squab?
You want a squab? I
love how he took the fucking fuck you teeth out. He's just like, fucking stupid. He's ripped them out.
Is like, how's this any way to greet the world? Like, yeah, but All right, yeah, oh, and obviously he's having problems. Like I think he's having erectile dysfunction on top of everything of all of the stuff on him. His dick
but
doesn't
most
work.
of it, they're trying to have a baby.
Yeah,
and who's fertile and who's not. And he's like, the doctor already said I'm fertile, and she's like, oh, what's that supposed to mean? Like taking it like a couple of steps too far.
yeah, I love how he backed. No, this is wrong. You're okay. So, all right. Well, I guess this will wrap it up. We're about to put out. We're gonna watch True Detective episode 4 and then do a review for that. I'm gonna do a review for Ant-Man and Trainwreck today. And we're gonna try to start doing reviews on Monday Night Raw. I have to start rewatching it. Oh God.
We might also do some off the cuff more Game of Thrones videos if we can think of something to talk about. That.
Yeah, I might rewatch Game of Thrones. I like to actually really take this channel seriously. And I know, Gideon, but let's stop the broadcast and focus on True Detective episode 4. This has been True Detective season 2, episode 3, Horrible People review. Gideon is over there, and I'm Adam, and we're gone. Stop broadcast.